Good evening. Welcome to Mega Mondays. This is Pixel Polygon from Detroit Arcade Club with a special treat this evening. We have jumped forward a generation from Sega Genesis / Mega Drive into Sega Saturn territory, and I think this is going to be pretty sweet. You'll notice I don't have any overlays or fancy camera setup. I'm using some new software. Got an Elgato. The Mr. Falcon is an A+ dude, and he let me borrow his XRGB Mini FrameMeister. So we are playing on authentic hardware through RGB output upscaled to 1080p. That's what I'm seeing. Of course, it's not going to be that good on stream, but it looks pretty good. I've noticed every now and again, if a game is loading for too long, the stream will kind of choke for a second. So feel free, if you're watching, let me know in the chat. If you see anything funky, let me know. Can try and do some fine tuning. But tonight, we are rocking one of my favorite rail shooters of all time from 1995, over 20 years ago. This is Panzer Dragoon. Panzer Dragoon! So we can let this cutscene play. The story is you are a member of a hunting party that gets attacked. As you can see, we're in a post-apocalyptic dystopian future on maybe Earth, maybe another planet, I'm not sure. But civilization is slowly rebuilding after a war with biological weapons that humans created. There's an empire that's sending ships to try and find ancient weapons inside of a black tower. Everything about this game is super awesome. It hasn't aged super well, but honestly, I think, especially once you get into the game, it looks really, really good for its age. Considering that despite my tendency towards Sega, especially with this show, Star Fox is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm absolutely a Nintendo and Super Famicom, etc. fan. This game is very much like Star Fox, in that it's on rails. We've got this low poly look, giant crazy bosses. It is the shit. Great soundtrack too. And this game was directed by a 25-year-old dude. I think it was the first game he worked on. His development team was, I think, internal to Sega, and they were called Team Andromeda. I'm pretty sure they were involved with the creation of the sequel, Panzer Dragoon II, as well as the infamous Panzer Dragoon Saga, which is really easy to find in Japan if you can speak and read Japanese. It doesn't command the exorbitant prices that the Western version has on eBay. So, our dude's being chased by some kind of giant crazy creature. What up, Code Monkey WB? Oh, good. Glad the commentary sound is good. I appreciate, let me know if any levels need to be adjusted. So another thing that I absolutely love about this game, it takes some skill, but it's very arcade-like. It's not a game that... you could play for hours, I could play for hours, but you could do a playthrough of its 6 episodes in probably under an hour. So, unless I get particularly stomped by one of the later bosses that get pretty challenging, there's a chance that we might move on from this game to the sequel. We might save that for next week. I don't know, my Saturn library is not extensive right now, so I might want to try and make it last. So here we're witnessing a battle between two dragon riders, and this black dragon and his rider, they're the enemy, and they've just slain this hero that's trying to stop him from unearthing some kind of ancient evil. And here we have the ceremonious passing of the torch. Sort of some kind of psychic transfer of all the events that have transpired, telling our protagonist, you gotta go stop this dude from reaching the Black Tower. And I'm pretty sure all of the in-game dialogue is like a made-up pretend language, which is why it has the Japanese subtitles. I've always really dug the visual style of the dragon and its armor, how it just kind of defies your expectations of what a dragon is supposed to look like. What's up, Tommy? I just got your text. Be nice to your feminist friend. It's 2016. Ask politely for your sandwich, alright, bro? Oh man, speaking of the design of the dragon, probably the most important thing about this game is that the American artwork and packaging got totally fucked up because the original Japanese cover was drawn by the legendary fantasy sci-fi artist Mobius, aka Jean Giraud, who passed away a few years ago. An amazing, amazing, amazing artist. If you're not familiar with him, look him up because he has probably influenced a bunch of stuff you like. There's this 80s Japanese anime called Dragon's Heaven that has nothing to do with Panzer Dragoon but looks a lot like it and definitely rips off his art style. And it's a pretty good time. Mr. Momo, aka Streets of Rage, turned me on to that. It's good shit. So here we are. Let's pop in. Let me check the controls here real quick. Make sure it's inverted. Because I'm one of those gamers. Yep, okay. We got inversion. We're going to... Yep, okay. So one of the things I like is that all three main buttons in the game do the same fucking thing. So you got three options. Shot, shot, shot. They're all the same shot. You fire with your gun. You've got kind of a charge, lock-on attack. We can change our camera angles, and then you'll see when we get in, L and R kind of rotate the camera around our Dragon Rider because enemies come at you, despite this game being on rails, in a full 360-degree range, which is actually pretty sweet. So I think this is the Evil Empire. And if this indeed is the same cutscene as what we just had playing in the background, we'll skip it. But I think it's different. Shot, shot, shot. Yeah, it looks like the same cutscene, so let's skip this. I love the look of this stage. Super bright blue skies and this crazy sort of Atlantean ocean. That awesome CD sound, man. That crazy orchestrated soundtrack is so good. So we got our health bar in the bottom left. Up at the top, it shows us our compass, what direction our dragon is looking in. Let's lock onto these guys. Do our little laser attack. So you'll see the markers showing what direction the enemies are coming from. Oh, uh-oh, I'm getting some glitches with my display over here. That's no good. Let me know if that's coming through on stream. I had the screen blank out on me a little bit. So if so, I might need to pause, make some adjustments. So, like Star Fox, we don't have full range of movement, but we can still dodge these obstacles. Oh man, hold on. I'm going to pause and see if I can figure out what's going on with this. Because yeah, for some reason, everything keeps blanking out on me. So, can you guys let me know? Is that happening on the stream? Is it going blanking out? Let me make sure all our connections are good. Do. I probably kicked a wire or something under my desk. Alright, I don't see anybody in the chat comments reporting the screen going black. Okay. Hard to tell watching mobile. No worries, dude. If it was going, if the screen was cutting out for you, you definitely would have noticed. I think it's just my display. All right, let's continue. Looks like things are good. Nope, keeps blanking out on me. All right, hold on one second. I'm gonna keep this paused. I'm gonna unplug my HDMI going into this monitor. I've got a pretty sweet monitor that easily rotates to portrait, which is great for shmups and looking at long documents of HTML and all that jazz. But every time I rotate it, the connection gets a little loose. And it's acting like kind of a dick right now. So let's just watch and see. Nope. Of course, it just keeps cutting out. What's the deal? All right. Let's keep going. Of course, I did a whole bunch of tests on my personal account before setting things up for the official slot, and everything went swimmingly. Let's see, where's this guy? There you are. So these things coming at me with hand shots. We gotta shoot these down before they hit us. Whoa, or we can fly over them. Go. So up ahead, we got some more enemies, but we also have these crazy, like, flower traps. So if I fly too low to those, they're going to close on me and crush me. Those actually do a lot of damage. Oh man, this fucking monitor keeps cutting out. If this keeps happening, I might just have to break the stream and unplug everything and start again. Because it's kind of hard to play when everything turns on. So we're inside this crazy water temple. And the roof is collapsing. Shit! Alright, I'm getting a text from Tommy that it looks fine to you. That's great. My monitor keeps fading black, which is fucking everything up. So, hey, I'm going to cut the stream real quick. I'm going to go away for a second. Give me 30 seconds. I'm just going to unplug everything and plug everything back in. And I shall return momentarily. BRB.